Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
To our new passengers, aloha and welcome aboard.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us back on ResortLoop.com. I'm your host Tim Scott, along with
Bob Collar, and I believe this is episode 42.
Oh, 42
of ResortLoop.com. 42 was a good year for me. How about you?
It was a fantastic.
Yeah, you don't know.
Did I oversell it a little bit? I might have oversold it.
When you reach 42, tell me how it is.
Oh, well, I should have called you a year or two ago. Anyway. I've shared too much.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We are back. Tim, I'd like to congratulate Tim's son and his baseball team for doing quite well in the baseball tournaments over the last couple of weeks.
Oh, thank you very much. They didn't make it all the way, but they had a good run. They played well, so.
Good. And we've had some pretty good weather here in Ohio, so that could get taken care of. And I want to throw a quick little shout out to my daughter, who qualified for a pretty big deal golf tournament up here in Ohio. She, at 14 years old, was able to break 50 and went on to qualify for this golf tournament that's coming up pretty soon. So can't wait to do that. And here's a little tip. I get to be a caddy.
Oh, that's awesome news.
So I'll be the caddy daddy.
So do you recommend clubs, or is you just get what she tells you?
Oh, I don't know. I'll be taking pictures. I'm just a pack mule at that point.
Oh, how awesome is that?
So very excited about
Well, congratulations to your daughter.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So episode 42, this episode actually comes from one of our listeners. One of our very good listeners, actually, Jessica Murphy. If you remember, about a month ago, she suggested doing this topic. So, but before we get to the show, let's do our shout-outs. We have a new country, Tim.
We need a drum roll. Announce it, Bob.
The new country is the beautiful nation of Nigeria.
Oh, welcome, Nigeria.
Aren't there a lot of runners from Nigeria?
There are a lot of runners from Nigeria.
I think that's what it is about. Because there's a lot of Disney runners out there.
The Run Disney people.
Exactly.
I love it.
Somebody made a phone call, and maybe a Skype. Maybe they Skyped it.
It's probably easier to Skype.
It's cheaper to Skype. So thank you, Nigeria, and all the listeners over there. We appreciate you guys. Another country in the continent of Africa. So still looking for that elusive Antarctica.
I think there's only 8 people in Antarctica. The odds aren't in our favor.
No, they're not. But we're working on it.
We are working on it.
Anyway, we've got some new listeners too, and time for our shout outs. I've got one off of Twitter. Erica Terhune, I believe is how that's pronounced. I'm sorry, Erica. It's Terhune. She's on the Twitter. She listened to the latest, that last podcast we did, Patty and I did, on the shows at Walt Disney World, and she says her favorite show is also Finding Nemo, and she listens. Are you ready for this, Tim?
I'm ready.
She also listens on Stitcher.
Love our Stitcher listeners.
Absolutely. Love the Stitcher.
I would like to send a shout out to our new friend, Joe Quattrochi.
Hey, Joe.
Now, I don't know, maybe you saw this. This was awesome. He sent a picture of him listening to the show from his car. Looked like he was waiting for a toll booth there in Jersey.
That was very cool.
And said we were helping him out on his commutes.
That was excellent. I love that idea.
I think anybody out there should send us a picture of where they listen to the podcast at.
Ooh, I bet we'll get some good pictures.
I thought some from the parks would be fantastic.
Oh, from the parks.
Yes.
That would be very cool. Sitting on a balcony overlooking the sunset on the ocean. That would be nice.
Yeah, that's a good one. Maybe while they're running.
Perhaps meandering through a landfill. I don't know.
Running from a crime? What are you saying?
wherever you guys listen to us, snap a quick picture and send it. We'll put it on Facebook and our website.
We'll send it out there.
That'd be very cool.
I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, very cool. That's very cool. I also have from Mickey Views on the Twitter. I can't believe this. I am extremely humbled by this, and I know you are as well, Tim. But Mickey Views says, Podcast of the Week, ResortLoop.com. Check out this new Disney podcast. Keep up the great work. Resort Loop Bob and Resort Loop Tim. How about that?
That was so cool.
That is humbling.
Because that puts us in some really flattering company, I know.
Absolutely. There's a lot of great podcasts out there, and we are so appreciative that you guys choose us as one that you listen to. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. To steal your word.
I've got one last one, and that's a new listener as well, Mike LaBelle, who goes by Mike LaBelle on the Stitcher. He's a new listener of ours and says, really do enjoy listening to the show. I'm a really big Disney World fan, so no better folks to listen, I suppose, than the big Disney fans, because they can certainly call us out on the carpet when we screw up. And we do often.
Well, that's true. We do. But we try to have fun while we're doing it. Either way, you know?
Exactly. So anyway, what is then the topic of the show today, Tim?
The topic of the show is the magic from the cast members. We all know that the Walt Disney World is a fantastic place. It would not be what it is without the cast members.
That's right. And although we're kind of taken off from what you and Dawn were talking about with the Disney Cruise Line, that kind of sparked the thought. But really, this goes back to a month ago when our listener Jessica Murphy said, "Hey, you guys should do a show about the magic that cast members add to the visitors' lives, the guests' experience." So, and there are so many. I mean, you have a ton. We've talked about it over and over again. I have a ton of great stories, but we decided to throw it out to you guys and use your stories. So, Tim, why don't you start us off?
I'll start off with one from our friend Keith Brown.
Hey, Chef Keith.
Chef Keith, absolutely. Chef Keith has told us that... I lost my place. This is where I'm doing my nice little pause while I wait. He said that... Anyway, that his cousins and him went to Walt Disney World, and they were eating in the 50s Primetime Cafe when the server came over, and the server figured out quickly that his cousin and him were not the type of guys who you tell to keep your elbows off the table. So he just started telling them... he just says here, he started talking to us and learning where we were from, etc. Just a very nice, engaging person. Then they were sitting next to a table with people from Pennsylvania. And Keith is from Ohio, so it became a big table rivalry right there in the restaurant. This is very cool.
Ooh, yeah. Brown Steelers rivalry right there.
Ohio State, Penn State, absolutely. But he asked us if we ever watched The Lion King, and when they said they did, the server actually said, the beginning of the song actually goes, "You're going to make me sing this, aren't you?"
I am. That's why I asked you to do this one.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that wasn't very good.
I can't sing. I don't pretend to sing. But,
you, sir, when we go on this cruise, I want you up there doing karaoke. That's all I'm saying.
Well, there's going to have to be some other things going on before the karaoke. There's going to have to wind me up to do it. But he made both tables sing it there, and it was the best experience, he says, they ever had at the restaurant. Now, every time they hear that song, they think of the waiter they had and the great meal that they experienced there at the Primetime Cafe. That is awesome.
That is awesome. And I know I give that restaurant some bad lip every now and then, but it is, they'll leave you alone if they know that you're not in the mood for that kind of thing. So
yeah, they pick it up really quick. So they'll either play it up right for you, or just sit back and just let you have your dinner if that's what you're into.
Absolutely.
What do you got there, Bob?
Well, you know what? Why don't we go right with Jessica Murphy? And she says that that they arrived for early magic hours. They arrived for the early magic hour morning, and a PhotoPass cast member took them around Main Street and the castle and took a ton of photos of them, her and her boyfriend, in really cool spots, in really fun poses. The best part was that it was the cast member's idea to have the photo shoot.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, how about that? She also goes on to say they were also chosen to test out the new FastPass Plus cards, and a younger cast member told them that since they were just testing it out, the new scanners weren't always working perfectly, so he told them that they could continue to ride Space Mountain as much as they want.
Oh,
how cool is that?
That is very cool.
Now, before I let you go on, this is kind of a two-parter with Jessica.
Okay.
Because Jessica guilted her boyfriend into then sending us a tweet. And so he had a story. And this is Tyler, who goes by Disneyman92 on the Twitter. She guilted him into also throwing us out a story. And he says, on our last trip, as we stepped off the Magical Express, a cast member handed us balloons that said Princess Jessica and Prince Tyler. They already knew our names before we even stepped inside the hotel. Oh. Gotta love that Disney magic.
Wow.
How cool is that?
That is awesome. I like that a lot.
Yeah, me too. You hear a lot of that stuff, when people are on their honeymoon. But just to be traveling down there, that's pretty cool.
Yes.
All right, so who else you got?
Well, I've got Sean Woosley.
Fish Sean.
Fish Sean Woo on Twitter, I do believe.
Yeah.
He tells us a little story here on Facebook. I'll try to paraphrase it as we go down, but this is very cool. He says him and a coworker of his were going to the Magic Kingdom, and they were doing this for like 20-some years, and his daughter used to always ride a specific horse on Cinderella's carousel. Apparently it was number 98, and his name was Pinky. Her name was Pinky. Well, after years of doing this, one Sunday, they went and the horse was gone.
Oh, no.
I know. Where would the horse go? I mean, he couldn't just gallop off.
It's kind of bolted down.
I mean, it'd be easy to pick out with that big, copper pole going through the middle of it. But, either way.
I've seen Mary Poppins. It is possible.
Oh, that's true. Oh, he got me on that one. Anyway, the cast member told him that Pinky was being refurbished. And they do that occasionally to keep them fresh, repaint, touch up, because they get a lot of use. But eventually, when Pinky was ready to be reinstalled, the cast member set it up so that his daughter showed up that Sunday morning, where she was, get this, now this is where it gets really cool, where she was greeted by Mary Poppins.
Get out of here.
I won't.
Wow.
And his daughter got to ride the carousel by herself with Mary Poppins, and she rode none other than Pinky, her favorite horse. And then...
oh, come on.
I know. I'm choked up. I'm right there.
That is awesome.
But then let's see here. Anyway, and now his 17-year-old daughter have taught us the Pinky tradition, and now he's doing it with his daughter Grace.
Wow. How about that?
And then he says, where else does magic like this happen? Lee and his daughter reunion with Pinky was captured in the local newspapers and the employee newspaper there. And he said,
wow.
as we've already picked up, many cast members went above and beyond to make, Lee's daughter's reunion magical with Pinky. How awesome is that?
That is amazing. That is so very cool. And again, one of the benefits of Sean, we know Sean, he lives not all that far away from Walt Disney World, so he's going there at least once a week, he told us. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the great benefits. You really get to know these people, and they get to know you. But it's the same when you go down for the first time.
Yeah.
They just go so above and beyond. And that is just an amazing story that they knew that little girl, and that was her horse, and they were going to make it special when that horse came back.
Yes. That
is so very, very cool.
Because they had to set that up, as soon as they realized that they had to figure out they were going to just do something special for that little girl, and they did.
Yeah. Yeah, that was not something spur of the moment.
No. You got to set up Mary Poppins, and it's very cool.
Wow, that is so very cool. Thank you, Sean. That is a great story. That's choking me up.
I know.
My God.
Let's stop down for a moment. Okay, we're back.
Ooh.
I know. Very cool.
All right, let's go on. Becca, who goes by Princess Becca L on the Twitter, she let us know that on her birthday, a confectionery cast member surprised her with a free Mickey cake pop. It was a small gesture, but it sure made her day.
Awesome.
You know, and it's those little things. Sometimes it's just the little things.
Absolutely, it is.
That those cast members, and they have some leeway that they're able to do that kind of stuff. So that is very nice. Very, very nice. So, and then I've got one last, I got to call out one of our listeners.
Uh-oh.
One of our new listeners. And I do this lovingly. I'm off the whole podcast half empty. I'm done with that. I'm going the new Bob. I'm going podcast half full.
Good. Thank goodness.
I'm back.
You're back. We lost you for a while.
I went to a dark place. It was horrible. I think it was called Universal. Anyway, I got to call out one of our listeners, and we appreciate you so much, Gina, who goes by Love That Mouse. I'm not going to give you Gina's last name, but Gina goes by Love That Mouse on the Twitter. We went back and forth on this a little bit. She said she couldn't wait to hear everybody's stories. She says Disney cast members are the best ever. Can't wait to hear all their stories. So, of course, I've got to say, well, we want to hear your story, too.
Mm-hmm.
She says, I have so many. I said, I only need one.
Right.
And she wouldn't give it to me. So Gina, we're all about listener participation. So next time, give us your story. We want to hear what you have experienced at any of the Disney parks. Doesn't have to be Walt Disney World. Can be Disneyland. I've told the story about how the cast members helped us find my daughter's retainer. You've had the stories with the exceptional cast members on the Disney cruise ships. I mean, it doesn't matter where these folks are. It could be anywhere, downtown Disney, just somebody on the phone when you're talking to Central Reservation sometimes. So let us know if you've got any more stories, and we'll talk about them on a later episode, I'm sure.
Yes, this is not just a one-and-done episode.
No.
There's going to be many of these because there's just too many stories.
Right.
And we want everybody to share. We see you hiding there in the back of the room. We see you. We're going to call on you, and we want the answer.
Raise your hand. It's
That's
okay.
right.
You're among friends.
We don't have to call you out on social media. We'll do it.
We're not like the NSA, but we will. We do know where you are.
That's right.
So just let us know when we throw these things out there. This isn't our podcast; it's your podcast. So
just drop us a quick line.
Exactly.
We'll share it for everybody.
So before we wrap up, Tim, I have. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
I've got a sweepstakes.
I love the sweepstakes.
I know, and I apologize for not having one for quite a while, but things being what they are, I've got one today, and this one's kind of neat because this one's really gonna hit home for a lot of our listeners now. This is the from New Balance, the tennis shoe folks.
Yes, they're big into the running shoes.
Exactly. I don't run in mine. I have New Balance. I don't run in them.
No, you seldom run.
I have in case I want to run. Anyway, it is a one magical race, a lifetime of memories. And what you're going to get out of this is very cool, very, very cool. They will select 3 winners every week through July 31st. Now, we've already missed 2 of the weeks in July. But we have 2 weeks left, so get on this. And this will be up on our Facebook page and our website. But they're picking 3 winners every week through July 31st, and each winner will be treated to 2 Disney Wine and Dine half marathon race entries.
Oh,
which it's pretty expensive.
I hope we don't win that.
You and I are running in it, Mister. If we win it,
I would have to disguise like a Segway I was on with like a big dress or something around it. They would never pick up on that, right?
You could put animatronic legs there, so it looks like.
Who's the 8-foot tall guy in the dress? He runs so smooth.
It's RuPaul. All right. You also get 2 park passes, hotel stay. Now they don't specify what the hotel stay is, airfare, and admission to the VIP New Balance post-race party.
Oh.
Now, how cool would that be for all of our Run Disney folks?
That would be awesome.
I think everybody would like that. So get on that. That is going until July 31st. So make sure you check out our website and Facebook page. It is coming quick. So there's only 2 more. So there's 6 more slots that are going to be open for this or winners on this. So. But the hotel accommodations, I just checked that the hotel accommodations are at Walt Disney World. It's one of their resorts. So.
Oh, very cool.
So there you go.
Because I want our listeners to win some of these sweepstakes and report back to us.
Oh, how cool would that be?
Oh, that'd be phenomenal with a capital F.
That would be awesome. And if that's the case, you better take some pictures. We need pictures.
We love pictures.
So, but that's all I got, Tim.
Excellent. Well, we got number 42 in the books.
Woohoo!
We got it down.
You can go back to painting your shutters.
Oh, I've only got half of them done. And you know how it is, how the paint dries when it's humid out. Not at all.
Very quickly, yes.
Oh, well, anyway. Anyway, thanks for listening. You can find me on Twitter at ResortLoopTim. You can find us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/ResortLoop.
And I am Resort Loop Bob on Twitter. Don't forget us on Stitcher. And please rate us on iTunes.
That's right. And you can also find us at ResortLoop.com.
Oh, I like that place.
It's very well. It's done very well. I'll just say it.
As you should.
Oh.
It is done well.
Oh, and for all our listeners out there, we are working feverishly behind the scenes to get some ResortLoop.com gear available.
Yes.
We've had many people ask us how to get some things, and we're working on it. So just stay tuned to the podcast. We'll let you know when we have something you can get.
And I am still working on the YouTube channel for us. It's not easy.
No, it's not easy. We have a huge staff here who you're listening to.
The staff of 2.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, but it's a blast. Anyway, once again, I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
Thanks for listening to ResortLoop.com, your gateway to the magic.
See you, everybody.